Welcome to Python Career Trainers, and today we're going to start learning about Tkinter GUI graphical user interface using Python. Okay, so let's start. First of all, we need to use the basic IDLE that is pre-installed with Python. So press Windows button and type IDLE. Okay, press enter, and you can see here the shell screen of Python IDLE is visible. Okay, create a new file, press Ctrl plus N or go to File and click on New File. Okay, so how to start? Just type from Tkinter import static. Okay, and now we have to create a widget that could be the interface of any application. So I'm gonna name it root is equal to T capital and small k and parentheses. Okay. So in every applications, any text that is visible is known as a label. Okay. So we have to create a label. So I'm going to create a single label. Label is equal to label and type root space and then text you want to show, like I'm going to show hello, this is my first label. Okay, and in that way we have created a label. And Tkinter we have two ways. One is to create a label or create a widget, and second way is to display that on the screen. Okay, so how to display? Just type name of the widget dot pack. Pack is a function that is used to display something on the screen, and save it. I'm gonna name it like first GUI. Okay, so and then in the end you have to put into a continuous event loop that is root dot main loop. Okay, so that keeps the interface or into a continuous loop so that it will be continuously displaying us. So press go to run and run the module. Okay, now you can see here first label, the text is created. So this is a widget of our root. So you can see that can be maximized, that can be minimized, or okay, and also it can be crossed. Okay, you can click on the X button and that will be finished. Again, I'm going to run that. You can see this is our label. So pack is basically used to display something on the screen, and whatever we display something on the screen using pack function, it show it wherever it finds some place. Okay, so it itself adjusts. Okay, it finds some place and it adjusts itself there. You can see there normally, you can see here it is adjusted in the center. So let's create another label. Okay, I'm going to create a second label. I will call it label 2 equal label same way root and text equal second label. Okay, and then we have to pack this to label 2 dot pack. So let's run that again. You can see here two labels are created and they are at center of the window. Okay, if I maximize, the label will be at middle of the screen. It adjusts itself automatically at the middle of the screen horizontally, not vertically. Now, I want to change text color of my labels. So I will go to the labels parentheses and in the end I will place a attribute whose name is FG. It is the foreground color of the text. Which color I want to show? I want to make it red, and label 2 I want to make it green. Okay, so now again run that, and you can see there our first label is red and second is green. Okay, so that was the labels using pack. Okay, now I want to display these with some other positioning methods, like we have a grid system and Tkinter Python. How grid system works, you are already familiar with Microsoft Excel. It is the best example of grid system. You can see there is a grid. I have different rows and columns. Okay, so these are the columns A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and so on. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the rows. Okay, so if I click on something, it is showing me that that is the third row and E column. Okay, so let's suppose I have this uh, table. Okay, that first cell is the first row 1, and also this is in column 1. Okay, and that second row, sorry, column, this is again the row 1, but it is second column. And the next cell, it is also row 1 but third column. Okay, so let's adjust the width of this using format. And if I move to here, this is now a second row but first column. This is second row but second column. This is second row but third column. Okay, similarly this is now the third row but column is first. Okay, in the same way grid system work, but in grid system in Tkinter Python, uh, all programming languages start counting from 0, not from 1. Like here we set this as the row 1 and column 1, but if we talk about programming languages, they would say row 0 and column 0. Okay, the counting in programming starts from 0, not from 1. So let's move back and let's create a display here, something like I want to design these things over there. So here I want to show my serial number, name, and marks of some students. Okay, and here I want to show 1, 2, 3 and serial column, and here I want to show names of 3 students like Bob, Jerry, Panther, and their marks and some kind of subject like 45, 55, 65. Okay, so I want to create a table using labels. Okay, so I will use grid system, so I have to count these are 12 values here, if you can see. Okay, so I have to create 12 labels. So how I will just type label 1 is equal to capital L label, in parentheses I will say root, and text equal serial number. Okay, and second label was, so I will create labels row wise, and second label was of name. Okay, and third label was of marks. So this would be marks, and then move to second row. That was the fourth label. Okay, and here it would be the serial number. label 5. This was the name of the student, like Bob, and then marks for the Bob 45. Okay, before creating next labels, let's display these on the screen. So I will show the label 1 first. So type name dot type, instead of typing pack, I will type grid. Okay, and in parentheses I will mention row 0 and column 0. In the same way, let's copy paste this 6 times because I have 6 labels here. That is for label 2, label 3, label 4, label 5, and label 6. So the label 1, 2, 3 are in the same row, and label 4, 5, 6 are in the same row. So the first 3 are in row 0, next 3 are in row 1, and there are 3 columns in every row: 0, 1, and 2. Okay, now just run that. You can see it's mentioned. Oh, it's equal. I've missed here equal sign. My bad. Now again run that. I hope error is removed. And you can see here, so these are the 3 labels that we created here. So here was the mistake. Arranged. Okay, now you can see that while I was using pack, the labels were adjusting themselves in the middle. Okay, but now the labels are fixed at their places. If we maximize or minimize or the windows or resize the window, the labels don't move from their place. Okay, so in that way you can arrange different things in a specific fixed order in a fixed format. Okay, so let's move to next, and in the same way you will create the remaining rows. So next thing is a button. Buttons are the same, like this. Suppose instead of that, move, I'm gonna name it btn1, and it would be a button. Same in the root applications, and its text would be click me. And in the same way you have to pack this if you want to display it on the screen. So I'm gonna go with pack instead of grid right now, but we would prefer grid system while we are creating some proper app. So you guys can see here it is a button. Okay, you can click on that and you can see the difference. Okay, so there are some other features that can be used in this button, like pad x equal 50. See what it would do. It will just increase the width of that button. Now you can see button is in bigger size than before. You can see. Okay, other thing, you can change color. Background color is the bg equals, say, red, and fg is the foreground color, means colors of the text, which is white. Say now it's properly visible. You can see here it, the button have been changed. Okay, its color is changed. And if you want to change the height of the button, you have to add another pad y is equal to, say, 25. So let's run that, and you can see the height of button is changed. Now if I want that it should do something whenever I click a button. How to do that? You have to create a function for this before creating that button. Define, say, my button. Okay, and I want to just display a label. Whenever it click, it should display a message. Would should be like this: label, and in root it should display a text. Button is clicked. Okay, and then we have to pack this if we want to show this on the screen. And in this button parenthesis, we have to add an attribute that will call that function and its command. Okay, equals to my button. Okay, save and run this. And you can see here button is clicked. Whenever I click that button, label is printed that was defined in the function. Okay, so that was the buttons. Okay, so next thing was what if I want to create I want to enter a text. Okay, so for that purpose we have to create an entry. Okay, this is similar like we created labels and buttons. How to do this? Go above that and enter, suppose e is equal to entry. Like in a normal like Python, we were using the basic input function. Okay, and then you have to pack this. So just see this, run that. Now you can see there is a input here where I can type anything. Okay, so I want to link these things, like I want whatever I get type there, it should be printed here. Instead of that, button is clicked. So if you want to take the value from the input, you have to type the name of the widget of entry dot get. This function gives me the value of whatever I have typed there. So I will cut that and I will paste it here. Instead of writing button is clicked. Now again run this and type there and Sajid. I've typed my name. So now you can see if I change this hello world, so hello world will be printed. Okay, and if suppose I want to say that whatever name is typed here, it should display hello Hussain Sajid, hello Bob, hello Jenny. Okay, so for that you have to concatenate this with a string. So I want to type hello, and now run this again. So if I drop type Hussain and click here, it will say hello Hussain. Okay, so that was the lecture for today, and you have learned about the buttons, labels, and text. Let's create a basic design using grid system where we use different buttons. Okay, like you have seen the Windows calculator. Like suppose if we want to create a display, a layout like this, how will we create this? We will use multiple buttons. We will display them using grid system, and we will specify their rows and columns. in the grid. Okay, so see you in the next video and we will create that calculator application. Okay, thank you. That was enough for today. Please like and subscribe our YouTube channel and like our Facebook page. Thank you.